All right, so got some more parts from Spelab. We're back here working on the 2008 Dodge 2500 Mega Cab. So far we've got their exhaust, their delete kit, and their differential cover as well. That was my last video. Still holding up good, no leaking or anything. So today they sent me an oil pan they wanted me to get put on. I'll show you here. Seems like pretty good quality. Anyway, let's get to it. We're just gonna go ahead and start with draining the oil. I've already loosened this a little bit. Get the rest of the way out. Go ahead and let that drain and we'll head back up top. So to replace the oil pan, we're gonna end up having to lift the motor a couple inches up. So to get ready for that, I'm here at my buddy's shop, but I'm using this overhead crane, which makes it really nice. Hook up to the stock lifting hook, and then I added an eye bolt on that side to lift from, just like keep it straight as I lift. And then I've already removed the air cleaner, and then I'm just gonna keep getting stuff ready to lift it up a little bit. So from what I've seen online, you have to remove this inner fan shroud. So go ahead and pop these out. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna have to remove the main fan shroud or not. We'll see. Just like that. All right, so I'm under the truck now. Took out the oil pan, plug back in so it quit dripping. And now I'm gonna loosen these motor mounts so that we can lift the motor straight up. You don't have to take them all the way out because there's a slot in the top that lets that bolt slide out a little bit. Let's just see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see there's a little slot right there that it can slide up through. That's the driver's side one, and then we'll come over. You can't do that really. Yeah, but we'll go over to the passenger side and do that one after. All right, passenger side. All right, so we gotta loosen about that much, enough to let that washer freely spin. That should be enough to let it get up out of that washer, or out of the mount, I mean. All right, quick note real quick. At the start of the video I said I wasn't sure if we were gonna have to take this fan shroud off or not. We're not gonna have to. It's mounted to the motor right here. I hadn't realized that. So yeah, gonna be able to leave that on and then start lifting the motor. We may have to remove this hose clamp right here. I'm gonna try it with it on. We'll just lift nice and easy and make sure we're not ripping anything out. All right, gonna go ahead and start lifting. Got the crane hooked up. We'll just go nice and easy, and hopefully it'll just come up slowly, and then we'll be able to get underneath and take that oil pan off. We'll try it there. Hopefully that gives us enough room. Another quick note, you can see, it just kind of came up out of that motor mount a couple inches. So hopefully that will give us the room we need to get these bolts out, undo the, get all the bolts off, undo the pickup tube, slide it out, and be able to slide the new one in. So I'll get them out and get it set up, and we'll get going again. All right, we're gonna go ahead and zip all these out real quick. I had to pull these little clips off by hand, here with the pliers. I mean, it holds this cover on right here, so that I can get to the last two bolts. All those bolts are out. Now I just gotta knock the oil pan free, and then we'll be ready to take it off. Apparently I missed the bolt, so anyway, it comes off a lot easier when you don't have an extra bolt in it. All right, we're up at the front now. We're gonna take off the oil pickup tube. So we'll have to slide the pan to the side and then undo those bolts and slide it all together. And then same thing when we're putting it in, we'll have to put the pickup tube inside the oil pan, put it up in, slide the oil pan to the side, tighten it up, and then put the oil pan back on. So let's go. All right, so that took longer than I thought it would. This bolt holding up the pickup tube was pretty hard to get to. I actually had to come from the driver's side back corner, right over here, and reach in there and loosen it that way. Got it out, tight fit. My camera turned off while I was taking it out. So I'll make sure to get the video of it going in, so that way you can see the angle that I go in. But here's the old one compared to the new pan. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out with some brake fluid, just spray it down, wipe it off, just make sure it's clean before I put it up. And then same thing with the surface of where I'm gonna put this new gasket, and then I'll clean up underneath the truck where it mounts against the block. All right. Got the bottom of this prepped and ready for the new gasket and oil pan. Got the oil pan out there cleaned up, so we'll get put back in place and get the camera in place, and then we'll come in and finish putting this back on. All right, I put a little, just a tiny bit of right stuff on the gasket, just smeared it really thin with my fingers. I'll show you actually. Just to help it keep tacked down and to stick to the block and hopefully have no leaks. This isn't fun to do more than once. Gonna get the camera in place, then I'll show you putting it back up in place. So far it's good, got it up in place. The phone's kind of being weird, so I'm hoping it's getting the video. Might have to actually buy a camera instead of use my phone, but anyway, once you actually get it up in place, you actually have more room right here to mess with your pickup tube because of how this is shaped. It comes down for the neck of the pickup tube, and then it goes up where the tube kind of goes up. So you actually got more room to play with on this one, which is awesome. So shout out to Spelab for thinking of that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the pickup tube on. It's kind of hard to record, so I'm honestly not gonna record it this time. I'll just tell you what I did once I get it on. There's just not really a good angle to do it while under the truck, so I'll be right back. All right, quick note. I got it all in there. I haven't tightened this down yet, it's still loose. We're gonna start tightening it, go from the center outwards. To get this pan in here, because it's a little bit deeper down here, I had to jack the frame up so the axle would lower a bit. If not, it was hitting the axle and I couldn't clear this until I did that. So I've got the motor lifted a little bit, I've got the truck lifted a little bit, and that way I was able to get the oil pan in again. This was so much easier putting the oil pickup tube back in because of the design of this and the extra clearance it gives you. I was actually able to pull the oil pickup tube out the side, put the bolts in, put the gasket on, slide the pan all the way to the side, put the bolts in. Same with back there, I was able to just reach right in, put it in by hand, and then get my ratchet in there and tighten her up. So anyway, I'm gonna get set back up. We'll tighten from the center out. All right, again, we're gonna tighten from the center going outwards. Well, I'll lower this jack on so the body will come down, then we'll go up top and lower the motor back in place. The motor down now. All right, so got the motor lowered down. My phone's having issues. I guess I'm getting a new camera or something to record these, but got it lowered down, put the motor mount in place. As you're lowering it, just make sure that your bolts are lining back down those slots and that you don't end up with the nut on the inside or anything, because you can bend those tabs if you don't. Got it laid down into the slots, tightened those motor mounts. Now we're back ready to start putting the intake back in, put the fan shroud back in, and yeah, fill it up with oil. So, all right guys, got her all buttoned up. Oil pan is on, filled it up back up with oil. Got my air intake in, put the fan shroud back in. Just obviously doing the opposite of how you take it out. Sorry, I would have recorded it, but my phone is having issues with storage stuff, so I gotta get that figured out before I can just keep recording. That being said, one thing I did have to learn the hard way is, well, let me show you. You got this light. You got to be really careful when you're lifting, or that happens. That elbow broke, so I'm losing all my coolant out of there if I start it. To show you, it's all over the floor. So yeah, learned that the hard way. But oil pan looks great. Looks really good. No leaks or anything so far anyway. We'll continue to monitor it, but overall looks like really good, high quality. And yeah, so shout out to Spelab for sending me that oil pan. Look forward to keep using their parts and keep them going.